The innovative JK Products rear seat recline kit is for those of you that have a 2018 and up 4-door JL that are looking to make that back seat a little bit more comfortable for those rear seat passengers. As you can tell by the name of this company, they started out building this product for the JK, but this version is for those 4-door JLs to make the rear seat a little bit more comfortable. This is going to be a pretty easy 1 out of 3 wrench installation. You can do this in your driveway very easily with some hand tools, and we're going to show you how to do it in just a second. So as I've already said a couple times now, this is all about comfort for the rear seat. Adds a little bit of recline. You're going to be adding larger spacers in the front and some smaller ones in the back to kick that seat back a little bit. Other than doing that, it's not going to change the functionality of the seat. Everything else still works. It'll still fold and tumble. It'll do everything it's supposed to do. As you can see, it's going to be a very complete kit. You have all of your spacers, which are a material called Delrin, which is a very hard plastic that's also known to mill and be shaped very, very easily. So these are going to hold up really well for you, be really, really solid, and then you're going to get some very high quality, strong bolts because that's what you want for your seats. In the front, these bolts are going to be a little bit longer than factory, but otherwise basically a factory bolt, just again, a little bit longer. And in the back here, you're gonna be able to use your factory bolts. This kit comes in right around $60, which I think is a very, very fair price for what you're getting. All high quality components designed to bolt right into place. And it really does make a big difference for those people that are sitting in the back seat, making it a lot more comfortable. So like we said before, easy 1 out of 3 wrench installation. Let's show you how to do it.
Tools used for this installation are as follows: an impact gun or a ratchet, an 18mm socket, and a pry tool. Now, you gotta begin by folding down your seats, and there is a small rear panel we're gonna have to pop up and out of the way to access the bolts on the rear of the seat. Now there's 3 of them back there. It's gonna be 2 nuts and 1 bolt. They're gonna be removed, hold them off to the side. We're gonna reinstall them later. After that, then we'll move back up here to the driver's compartment and we'll take care of the bolt and hardware there. All right, now this is the panel that we have to remove. This panel is here to make sure that when you have your seats folded down, none of your belongings fall down behind the seat when you load some cargo in here. Now we're just gonna use a small pry tool and slowly pry this up out of the bracket that holds it down. It's just a bunch of clips that hold it in place. Now that that's out of the way, you can see where the hardware is. We have the 1 bolt here. We have another nut and a nut over here on either side. We're gonna go ahead and get them removed. Just make sure that you do not remove your seat belt hardware because that does not need to move at all. We have 1 bolt here. We have a nut here. And we have our final nut all the way over here on this side. All right, now to remove this hardware, we're gonna be using a 18mm socket on our impact gun. Now you can do this with a ratchet, but these bolts have a lot of Loctite on them, so you're probably gonna need a breaker bar to knock them loose. Now let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna remove the first one and then move to the 2 outer ones. All right, now let's fold our seats back up and move on to the front of our seats where we remove the 4 bolts holding down the front of our seat bottoms. Next, we're gonna come down here and remove the 4 bolts that hold the 4 front legs down to the seat bottoms on our front seats. Now these are the same 18mm. We're gonna use our impact gun. We're just gonna zip them out and we're gonna fold the bottom of our seats up and secure them with the seat belts out of our way while we get the last 3 bolts out. Now I'm starting over here on the passenger side and using my 18mm socket on my impact gun. I'm gonna remove the 2 bolts that secure these 2 legs down. Now let's go ahead and get them removed. All right, now while we're still on this side, I'm gonna go ahead and remove this last bolt. Now this is where our small spacers are gonna go. There's 2 more on the other side, but once we get that side of the seat up, we'll go ahead and take care of those 2. But while we're here, we're gonna go ahead and get this one out of the way with our 18mm socket still on our impact gun. Now we are ready to go ahead and get our spacers installed. Now this is very simple. The small spacers are gonna go back here where our rear bolts that we just removed are. Now make sure when you put this down, you put the perfectly smooth side up and the side with the little pockets in it goes down towards the floor. Now to insert these, we're just gonna go ahead and push back on our seat a little bit. Go ahead and just take this, slide it under our bracket, line up the center hole, and just go ahead and install your factory hardware right back in. What you do not want to do is use your impact gun to start your hardware. Always start by hand first. All right, next we're gonna go ahead and just slide this one right over here and insert our factory hardware once again. Now we're gonna go ahead and finish up here on our passenger side, then we'll move around to our driver's side in a moment. All right, now that we have this side in, we're gonna go ahead, I'm gonna snug this one down, and we'll go ahead and get my 2 spacers on my front feet, then I'm gonna move over to the driver's side. I'm gonna go ahead and tighten that one up once I finish that side. That way I still have that little bit of wiggle room to get that last spacer in. Now, for our front feet spacers, same thing. Now just remember to make sure that the smooth side is up and the side with the pockets is down. And just go ahead and line them up right here over your factory holes with the smooth side facing towards the front of the vehicle and the hole towards the back. This way they're in perfect alignment with the feet on your seats. Now you just go ahead, flip your seat back down. And to secure them all down, we're gonna use the new hardware supplied in our kit. And just like on the passenger side, the driver's side is the exact same steps. Just go ahead, slide your small block into place. Go ahead and start your factory hardware. And once these are started, we're gonna go ahead and tighten them down. And to finish up, we're gonna go ahead and put our front blocks in on our driver's side, same way we did them on our passenger side, making sure that the smooth side is up and the holes face towards the back. Go ahead and flip our seat legs down. And with our new hardware, just go ahead and get everything started. All right, now that we have all of our bolts on the front of our spacers in place and started by hand, that is a big must. Always start your hardware by hand. This way you don't need to go through a thread chaser later to fix a stripped out bolt. These are your seats. You don't want to cause any damage to the hardware. That could end in a very bad safety hazard. Using our same 18mm socket on our impact gun, we're gonna go ahead and tighten them down. But you don't want to sit there and hammer on them too hard because, well, the plastic blocks, too much pressure on them could break them. All right, now our last 2 final steps, we're gonna go ahead and reinstall the hardware that we initially took out in the beginning of this video. That is the 2 nuts and the 1 bolt that are all the way here in the rear of your Jeep. And then we're gonna go ahead and put our panel right back on, and that will tie everything up. Well, that ties up the installation of our innovative JK rear recline seat kit. And now for more parts and videos like these, make sure you give us a visit at ExtremeTerrain.com.